Hello, guys. Let's talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is doing a new all-time high, as you can see here. So, actually, well, and now the market is very bullish again. And well, let's talk about what is the next step for Bitcoin according to my technical analysis, also my seasonal trading. Something very impressive, actually, as you can see here. Let me show you here. We have a better variance here in one day chart, but Bitcoin is actually pumping. It's still pumping right now, right? So also the volume is not our friend. In one day chart, as you can see here, the volume is going to the downside. But why Bitcoin is actually pumping like that? Well, first of all, here is because as you can see here, we have the volatility. Volatility is expanding here. It was here very low, around $105,000, and from there 111, and it's expanding. Actually, that's very good. But I think honestly, Bitcoin is forming a massive, massive better variance and a bull trap. Actually, this is a massive bull trap, and it's gonna be super, 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 super interesting this video because I'm gonna show you another perspective. I know maybe you are super bullish right now, and as usual, well, I am against right of the like all the sentiment. So let's talk about this. First of all, I'm gonna cover weekly chart. Let me show you here weekly chart. And we said this right long time ago. Well, actually 1 month ago, I opened a long position around 75K. In my case, I closed my position around 90, 93, $92,000 around this area. I was looking for a pullback, and well, but Bitcoin instead was holding for 1 week, and after that, from here, I am just trading in for our chart, as you can see here. Now, as you can see here, volatility is expanding in weekly chart, is expanding, is doing very well. And also we have here the dots, I mean the volume is coming here in weekly chart. So of course I was expecting after I saw this new ATA. Now of something I have to tell you here, I was wrong about something. I was expecting here it was a ABC move, right? As you can see here, something like this, yeah, where B could be around here around 100K or maybe around 106 around there. The problem with this LOA theory, well, it's just a theory, right? So now what is next? Well, Bitcoin is very bullish right now, yes, to the moon right now, but that is something I want to show you right now. Let me show you here what happened in 2021. In 2021 actually is when I opened my YouTube channel here, and Bitcoin actually fired a buy signal here, by a buy signal in July 2021, and from here Bitcoin was pumping right so hard, and as you can see here the previous high was around $64,000. So after that, when Bitcoin was here, again, people were super bullish, super, super bullish, and to the moon, right? And as you can see here, what happened after that? We got a massive, massive better variance in weekly chart. Let me show you here. We have a new high here, and also we have a higher low here in curve. So the momentum is it was telling me, well, we have a potential, actually a massive, massive, massive bull trap. And actually was that bad. Like when I remember in that time, I'm trying to warn many people on Discord, right? Many crypto channels and crypto groups, they blocked me because I was posting this. So I will do exactly the same thing I did in 2021. Now we have a better variance, as you can see here in 2021. Now pay attention of this chart, because what is happening right now for Bitcoin is exactly the same thing. As you can see here, we have a new high officially, right? Of course, this is gonna take time, right? And of course, we have the weekly chart buy signal here from 75K, and of course, I am looking for this the continuation right now. Now, Bitcoin must keep pumping like a crazy for at least 2 months. And the most important thing here is we have to see this curve. The curve like Bitcoin is forming here right now, and the hill in the future must be higher than the previous one. Of course, the probability to see this is very, very low. Why? Because we don't have volume. You see, Bitcoin is pumping without volume. So what I'm trying to say here is, again, same as 2021, this move, all of this move you see here is a massive, massive bull trap, of course, in the big picture. So what I'm going to do right now here, of course, in the short term, I am very bullish, looking for a pullback, maybe for a watch pullback, and I will continue with another long position. But in weekly chart, I am looking for a massive bull trap, looking for a major downside, of course, following the technical analysis of 2021 and what happened in that moment. An average Bitcoin is, it could crash around 75% from here. Mhm. So be careful here because I know all of you, you are very bullish, especially if you bought a 75K, right? A 75K. It's very funny, right? Like I see many people on X, they say, well, I am in long position at 76K. I am holding, right, to the moon. Yeah, but I mean, tell me the size of your position. $10, $100, right? It's not the same when you are actually trading with significant amount of money, because it's very easy to trade when you are just handling just few bucks, right? The thing here is like right now here, if you are holding here with maybe 5K, 10K, even more, congratulations, because actually you are mastering right now this art of trading, the swing trading, right? In my case, what I did is from 75K to 90, 95, 96K, and I don't regret about it. I am totally fine with that, because the most important thing here is actually I made profits. I don't care if I am missing right now, right? This part. I don't care, because actually I didn't lose anything. Actually I made some profits. Now, let's talk about something else. Let me show you here the monthly. The monthly is very important because with this high here, Bitcoin is still, we still have the sell signal present, as you can see here, and the momentum is to the downside, and also the volume is to the downside. Historically speaking, every time when we have this signal here to the downside, I mean the red dots, historically speaking, Bitcoin, after we have this kind of this move, usually crash around 75%. Don't get me wrong here. I am saying right now, in the short term, yeah, congratulations, you are holding very good. But if you're thinking Bitcoin will hit 200K, 400K, whatever. I don't think so. I think there is a very high probability around this area. I'm not sure where, right? I'm not sure. I cannot tell you. In this area, is we will see the top very, very, very soon. Now, one hint is, at least in my case, what I'm going to do is I like to go to 3-day chart, and I want to see for Bitcoin forming here a sell signal here, because this time frame is going to be a good hint to start looking for a major, major short position. Right now, here in 1-day chart, we don't have a very strong sell signal, because even with the sell signal here, as you can see here, Bitcoin is still pumping. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just wait. Wait for what? I'm going to wait for the next consolidation period, where Bitcoin is just in sideways here, forming something, a basement here. If I see maybe potentially 12-hour chart forming a better divergence. Actually, we have here the better divergence from this point and this point and this point and this point. Eventually, potentially, I will open my first short position here. I know you are saying like maybe, oh, but Bitcoin is gonna hit 200K, especially you are holding right now, right? Because people who actually they are holding, like, including myself, sometimes a long time ago, right? We tend to just to see one side of the market, right? In this case, I am very happy with my profits, right? As I said before, I was wrong about the elevate theory, because remember here what I said long time ago, right? Looks like you will follow elevate theory right here. Way number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Now, technically speaking, way number B could be like right now, almost at the same level, double top. Mhm. So Invalidation of this potential count with elevator theory, yes, we have to see Bitcoin at 120K, 120, 40, 50, whatever. But keep in mind here, like this could be valid, still could be valid if we see the close below $105,000 or 100K this week or maybe next week. So we have to be careful with this. What I'm doing right now here is just I am defensive because I see the same pattern in 2021. This is the same pattern Bitcoin is forming right now. As you can see here, all of this pattern here, this pattern is present right now, is forming right now. So I am looking for a potential short position, maybe not now, I think maybe in June, maybe July, because it's going to take some time, right? Of course, if that happens, the first target of this crash of the next move to the downside should be the MA55. Of course, it's gonna take time. So what I'm going to do here right now is just waiting. Remember, short term, I am bullish, looking for maybe a long positioning for our chart. Well, higher time frames. In the moment when finally I see the sell signal, at least in 3-day chart, I'm gonna start. Well, I am getting ready for my major short position, same as I did in 2021. Yep. So now let's talk about the next chart. Let me show you the USD dominance. USD dominance actually is very important here because as you can see here, USD dominance as expected is in sideways, right? Looking for maybe around 4%. Actually, around here, as you can see here in 5-day chart, we will see a nice support here, and here potentially we could see the bottom for the top for Bitcoin and the bottom for um, sorry, the top for Bitcoin and the bottom for USD dominance. And let me show you something else. We have in one day chart, we don't have a bullish divergence here right now. We don't have it. So that's why the best way right now, please don't open shorts. Everything is just wait for the rise at top. Don't rush. Okay. In my case, I am not rushing. I am just waiting for the next setup here. Let me show you here. Uh, I am looking for potentially this area to be tested between 4% and something like that. And after that, a major bounce looking for around 5%, something like this. Mhm. Something like this. That is my expectation. As you can see here, we have accumulation in volume. This is telling me market makers or people with a lot of money, right? They are selling when Bitcoin actually is pumping. Okay. Now let's continue with higher time frames. Let me show you here in weekly chart right now here. In weekly chart, let me show you weekly chart. We have a still momentum to the downside, and also we had the volume. So what I'm thinking right now, based on this chart, we could see another test to 4%. Yes, maybe this month and maybe the next month as well. But as long as it's holding here, we will see another buy signal potentially in summer. So I think the Q1, Q2, and Q3 for Bitcoin is gonna be maybe sideways, and finally we could see the major crash in the end of Q3 and Q4. So just be careful here because, well, let's see. Okay, now let's continue with Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance is very interesting here because we have officially a sell signal for Bitcoin dominance right now, but still is we are in a Bitcoin season. So that's why I am looking for actually all the altcoins. They will not follow Bitcoin. Actually, you see the prices of many of them. There are some exceptions. They are almost the same. For example, Solana 178, Ethereum. Well, Ethereum actually is much better. Cardano 0.80, Link $16. As you can see here, there is no big difference. Now, let me show you here Bitcoin dominance in the monthly. We have here a better divergence from in the monthly, still looking for 70% area to be tested. From here, yes, after that, I'm expecting to see a major crash, of course, in the markets. You will see all the market crashing, and finally, we will have the next time to buy again. I am still the only altcoin I am holding right now is Solana. I bought it at 120, something like that. Let me see. I bought it in weekly chart. I bought it here at 120, 22 around there. I am still holding, but I will sell, not financial advice, right? But I will sell Solana when I see Bitcoin finally forming a sell signal, at least in 3-day chart. That is actually what I'm going to do. Now, let's talk about the 4-hour chart because maybe you want to trade right now. There is no trade. At least with my system of trading, there is no trade. As you can see here, we will see a pullback very, very soon. Why? Because the curve is entering into this zone where it's around 95 of probabilities, 95% of probabilities that we could see a pullback maybe this weekend or maybe around Monday, Tuesday next week. But don't get me wrong. This is just a pullback, right? The pullback here and follow the trend until the end. I know, remember what I said is one thing is weekly chart and monthly. Like I'm expecting Bitcoin will we will see the top very soon. I think maybe it could be maybe this price around there. Like if Bitcoin is gonna do the same thing as 2021. What I'm trying to say right now as investor is extremely dangerous to enter right now. Yeah, if you are thinking, oh yeah, Bitcoin will hit 200K because I know many influencers are doing the same thing. So very simple rule. If you wanna buy something, especially Bitcoin, wait for the next 75% crash as investor, right? Bitcoin crashed only 30%. It was just a pullback following the MA55. Technically speaking, Bitcoin is still in uptrend, right? It's still in uptrend. So Bitcoin has been in uptrend since 2022, almost 2 years and a half in this bull market. So let's see if finally Bitcoin is ready to crash because actually I want to see Bitcoin crashing because I want to buy cheap. Right? I want to buy cheap everything. Okay, guys, thank you for watching and see you in my next video.